As far as the play time for this game, we'll go the ones for a quarter, just ones for a quarter, twos for the second quarter, threes the third quarter, and the fours for the fourth quarter. And we'll just keep it at that. All right, time's yours.
What is up, Chiefs Kingdom? Happy Wednesday. I'm Hayley Lewis, and this is Chiefs News Daily. Kansas City just 1 day away from hitting the road and 2 days removed from kicking off the preseason. That means we got roster cuts just around the corner. We're going to bring you the latest from St. Joe as camp continued on today, plus head coach Andy Reid giving us his plans for Saturday, and the Chiefs' latest contract extension signee steps to the podium. First, give us a like and subscribe right here on the KCSN YouTube channel, and let's get into it. All right, another day of training camp officially in the books, this time not a public practice. Instead, the Chiefs conducted camp in front of their season ticket members only, so day 15 had a very special audience and a few players returning to the field. Running back Clyde Edwards-Helaire, who was out yesterday, was back working on the field today. However, wide receiver Kadarius Toney did not work. Now, Toney was present, but unlike Monday and Tuesday, the receiver stayed off to the side. Now, he did practice early both days this week, reporters saying it seemed like a ramp-up phase after suffering an ankle injury. But working today kind of leaves fans to speculate if this was scheduled rest day or a little bit of a setback. Chris Jones, Nick Bolton, and Kelvin Joseph all kept the pads off again today. They did not work. They joined two other defensive players who also did not practice, Justin Reid, who is on the NFI, and Charles Omenihu, who is on the PUP list. On the offensive side of the ball, wide receiver Jaron Hayek remains injured with a shoulder injury. All right, one more important thing to note on the injury front. Offensive tackle Wanya Morris did spend a brief bit of time getting aid from trainers, but he did return to play. Reports say it was his right knee. The only player who left due to injury on Wednesday was UDFA linebacker Swayze Bozeman, who took a ride back to the locker room in the cart after what appeared to be an injury to his left knee. Now, the Chiefs are going to get tomorrow off as well as Friday. Probably a good thing for those who are injured, getting a little bit of rest before they get ready for preseason game 1. It is creeping up, inching closer and closer. It is this weekend. We're going to talk more about that next. All right, like I said, the Chiefs' first preseason game is just days away. On Saturday, Kansas City is going to take on the Jags in Jacksonville at 6 p.m. Central Time. Now, this is the first chance that coaches get a look at players taking on opponents other than themselves. Head coach Andy Reid spoke at practice today and shared his game plan for how he's going to be using the starters on Saturday.
As far as the play time for this game, we'll go the ones for a quarter, just ones for a quarter, twos for the second quarter, threes the third quarter, and the fours for the fourth quarter. And we'll just keep it at that. Now, I'm going to play everybody, Adam. So all those young guys, I'd love to see how they compete. You know, the higher the draft picks, they're going to be in there in a little bit better competition. So want to see how they handle that.
All right, here are a few other sound bites from head coach Andy Reid's presser today. He talks about camp, cuts, injuries, all that. Here we go.
Listen, he advises a lot of people, so he's staying busy. It's not the grass isn't growing under his feet, man. He's rolling. So I think he's just going to keep doing that, and hopefully he's able to get back in and get a head coaching job. And he's a phenomenal football coach. He touched everybody here, both sides of the ball, special teams. He got to sit in on those meetings. So just a heck of a coach. Dave Tobe, our special teams coach, he's been practicing it since OTAs. So he's tried to find the things that you can do and that you can't do. So it'll be a bit of a learning process as we go, but we think we have a decent plan for it. So Steele, he's kind of that tweener guy. He's a heck of a running back. I mean, you see him out here running the football, and he does a pretty good job. What he did at Ball State was unbelievable. UCLA, unbelievable. But we're kind of maneuvering around, see if he can do the fullback stuff, and it looks like so far he can. And then we'll just see. We'll see how the numbers work out. You got to have special teams numbers and all that stuff. So we'll just see how the numbers work out as we go down the stretch. That's the trick, how you do keep them. So that's Brett's. He's the magician in that. I'm just a spectator there. But they've played so well for us, and you gotta see what you can do with the contracts as they come up.
You know when you discover a new binge-worthy show or a song that you bump on repeat and you have to share it with your friends so they can experience just how awesome it is? That's kind of what it feels like when you discover Mint Mobile offers premium wireless for $15 a month when you purchase a 3-month plan. That's such an awesome deal. There's no way you can keep it to yourself. Friends don't let friends overpay for wireless. Say bye-bye to your overpriced wireless plan and switch to Mint Mobile. To get this new customer offer and your new 3-month premium wireless plan for just $15 a month, go to mintmobile.com/KCSNCND. That's mintmobile.com/KCSNCND. Cut your wireless bill to $15 a month at mintmobile.com/KCSNCND. $45 upfront payment required, equivalent to $15 a month. New customers on first 3-month plan only. Speed slower above 40 gigabytes on unlimited plan. Additional taxes, fees, and restrictions apply. See Mint Mobile for details.
All right, there are 3 preseason games in total. So after this weekend, the Chiefs are going to be back on the field August 17th at home, hosting the Detroit Lions for a mid-afternoon game. Kansas City then going to round out the preseason slate on August 22nd. A Thursday night game. It's at Arrowhead Stadium as well, hosting the Chicago Bears. Now, remember, cuts this year, they're no longer staggered out like they have been in previous years. This is going to be the second season where all the cuts are just due on one day, that day being August 27th. Now, teams can cut as they go, but there's only one deadline day. So with that, we transition to hearing from someone who has no worries about making the team because he is the team. Quarterback Patrick Mahomes also spoke at the podium today after practice. Here's what he had to say.
I'm extremely excited. I mean, obviously for me to go out there and play with these guys and showcase what we have the ability to do, but to learn from our mistakes too. I mean, you want to go out there and play for real and play against someone else. I'm tired of going against Spags and every defense known to man. And so I think just going out there, letting the guys play, make decisions under fire, and have them make those right decisions and learn from the mistakes after. Obviously with the speed, we're going to be able to hit guys over the top, but I think the biggest thing is you want to be able to do both. And I think that's something that we've worked on all camp is you're going to be able to hit the guys over the top, and then when the defenses play deep, you have to be able to hit the medium type things, and then we have to be able to run the football. And that's what makes great offenses great is just having the ability to do all of that. And so as much as I want to throw it deep every single play, I think just being able to do everything is going to be the biggest part of our offense. No, Xavier, he does a great job. Obviously he's fast, but it's almost like he runs fast, but he can run with pace fast. And so he's able to track the ball really well. He runs a lot of great routes, and he's going to get as physical at camp as any here. So, I mean, he's done a great job trying to fight off press as best as he can, getting through there and making plays happen. And so he'll keep getting better and better. I mean, if he can get through this camp, he'll be able to get through a lot of stuff. So I'm excited for him and how he's kind of progressed throughout the camp. You got to just trust that he's going to go out there and make the plays happen. He's done a great job this camp, going against a lot of different type of rushers. Obviously, it's going to be a great challenge. I don't know how much their starters are going to play, but going against the defense ends with Walker and with Allen Hines. And so I think just him going up against some of the best is going to even bring out the best in him. And that's what you have to expect. And then for everybody, I mean, everybody that's going to be out there. And so that's what it's all about. I got to trust in those guys in order to go out there and play the game that I want to play. And so I'll let him go out there and be the football player that he's been all camp.
All right, the newly extended Harrison Butker also spoke with the local media today. On Monday, the kicker signed a 4-year extension, or $25.6 million, which includes $17.75 million guaranteed. Now, the new deal was definitely of conversation, but so were some other topics. This is the first time that Butker has spoken with the local media since his viral May commencement speech at Benedictine.
Exactly, at least for now. You know, you never know, and 6 months from now, there's going to be another kicker that tops it. But I think it's good to know that the kicker market is still moving forward. I think offense is definitely the strength of the NFL right now. There's a lot of points being scored, and kickers are part of that. Games are closer than ever, and Tucker signed his contract 2 years ago, and then Jake Elliott just signed and tied his. So I'm grateful to be able to move it up a little bit. And like you said, I know there's going to be a bunch of kickers after me that are going to continue to push it. Benedictine College, who I have a relationship with, they reached out and they wanted me to give a speech. And I thought, man, I hate giving speeches. I don't want to. I just gave one at Georgia Tech. I don't want to be known as a commencement speaker, but I decided, if I'm going to go up and give a 20-minute speech, I'm going to pray about this. I'm going to prepare over months for this speech, and I'm going to stand behind what it is I'm saying. And I kind of look at the off season as a little bit of, maybe 5-month period where I can kind of just represent me as Harrison Butker as a faithful Catholic. And then obviously when it gets to the season, I try to focus as much as I can on football and not being a distraction from the Chiefs.
Alrighty, folks, that does it for another episode of Chiefs News Daily. As always, we're going to be back again tomorrow. The Chiefs might be off, but we are never off. Make sure you join us, and as always, like and subscribe right here on the KCSN YouTube channel. See you tomorrow at 7 p.m.